Hello everyone, you are watching The Ultimate Khobor. In a high-stakes diplomatic meeting, Jaishankar and Blinken lead annual India-US talks. External Affairs Minister S Jaishankar engages in crucial talks with US Secretary of State Antony Blinken. The dialogue set to focus on strengthening strategic ties and defense partnership is part of the annual 2+2 India-US talks involving Defence Minister Rajnath Singh, Blinken and US Secretary of Defense Lloyd. Blinken's arrival in India aims to secure backing for the US stance on the Israel-Hamas war. India, a key member of the Quad Alliance, aligns itself with the United States, Australia and Japan, forming a collective front against China's growing assertiveness in the Asia-Pacific region. Antony Blinken in his briefing said, "It is always wonderful to be here in India. We are building a remarkable year of engagement, not only with the strongest bilateral partnership but also regionally and globally, as evidenced by India's leadership for the G20 this year." Amidst a smoke-choked New Delhi, Blinken's extensive trip included a G7 foreign ministers meeting in Japan and a whirlwind tour of the Middle East. Expected to feature prominently in the talks is the Israel-Hamas conflict, where the US seeks India's support. India swiftly condemned Hamas after their surprise attack on Israel, echoing the US position for an independent Palestinian state. The conflict in Gaza poses a major challenge to the key trade and transport route linking Europe, the Middle East and India, unveiled during G20 talks in Delhi in September. Bureau Report, The Ultimate Khobor.
The India-US defense relationship has evolved into a strategic partnership, characterized by mutual trust, shared values, and a growing recognition of common interests in maintaining regional and global security. We increasingly find ourselves in agreement on strategic issues, including countering China's aggression, promoting a free and open Indo-Pacific, and addressing regional security challenges. We share a focus on maritime security in the Indo-Pacific region, recognizing the criticality of safeguarding vital sea lanes and promoting stability. Our teams are working on the substantive outcomes. Our strategic convergence should guide us to new domains and expand the scope of collaboration. We are charting new pathways of cooperation by pursuing a stronger defense industrial engagement, easing of technology restrictions, resilient supply chains in all domains and maritime security. Secretary Austin, you have the floor, please.
Minister Singh, thanks again. As I said earlier, it's great to be back in India. And I'm grateful for our friendship and for the hospitality that you've shown me here in New Delhi. This is the second time this year. Thanks again for hosting today's 2+2 dialogue with Secretary Blinken and Minister Jaishankar. Now, we made tremendous strides forward in our defense partnership over this past year, including the U.S.-India Defense Industrial Cooperation Roadmap. And then we concluded that roadmap during my visit in June. And so in just 5 short months, we've made significant progress on that roadmap, and our operational cooperation is also moving from strength to strength. Our militaries are conducting increasingly complex exercises and building greater interoperability across all domains. So I look forward to discussing all these topics with you today. And as we take stock of our accomplishments, I'm glad that we will also discuss new ways to further strengthen the major defense partnership. Minister Singh, thanks again for hosting me today, and I look forward to a great discussion.
Thank you, Secretary Austin. Colleagues, this visit is part. Highlight this year was the Prime Minister's historic state visit to the United States in June, which has truly opened a new chapter in our relationship. President Biden's visit to Delhi in September contributed immensely as well to the positive trajectory of our ties. His support was key to ensuring productive outcomes at the G20 summit. The dialogue today will be an opportunity to advance the vision of our respective leaders, building a forward-looking partnership while we construct a shared global agenda. In the 2+2, we will undertake, as we have done before, a comprehensive overview of cross-cutting strategic defense and security ties, technology and supply chain collaborations, and people-to-people exchanges. Our meeting takes place even as we make rapid strides in all aspects of our bilateral agenda. Our trade is today in excess of $200 billion. FDI is rising in both directions. 270,000 Indian students study in the United States, and we have a diaspora of 4.4 million. We are exploring domains such as critical technologies, civil outer space collaboration, and critical minerals, even while consolidating established domains. Raksha Mantri ji has highlighted new elements of our defense cooperation, including industry collaboration and innovations. A key focus of our discussions today will be the Indo-Pacific region. As we all know, India and US are key members of the Quad, which is scheduled to meet at a leaders level early next year in India. Similarly, we are also engaged in other plurilateral frameworks which reflect our strategic convergences, such as the IPEF, I2U2, and the recently launched IMEC. In context of the ongoing global developments, I look forward to exchanging views about developments in West Asia, Middle East, and Ukraine, amongst others. Once again, I welcome you, Secretary Blinken and Secretary Austin, and Lord, both of you, for your friendship and for your support for our ties. Secretary Blinken, Tony, let me welcome you. I think this is your third visit this year?
That sounds right.
But, and of course, we've been meeting elsewhere. But this meeting, this visit of yours, I think has a particular significance because, one, we need to follow up on the Prime Minister's June visit and the President's coming here in September. So there's a lot of bilateral stuff we need to do. And two, of course, this is the 2+2, so we take a broader view of what we're doing. And then, of course, as Quad members, there's the Indo-Pacific that we're focusing on. And finally, we look at global regional issues, and I think what's happening in West Asia, Middle East, to you folks. That, I think, is a very big concern right now. I look forward to discussing those and other matters with you. Once again, a very warm welcome.
Thank you, Jai, very much. It's always wonderful to be in India. We're building on a rather remarkable year of engagement, and I think it's just evidence of the fact that we have not only the strongest bilateral partnership we've ever had, but also a regional one and indeed a global one. And that was further evidenced by India's leadership of the G20 this year. And as Jai said, we have a lot to do, including with our defense colleagues. So I'm very much looking forward to that. And I think it's further evidence of our resolute focus from the United States on the Indo-Pacific, our region for the future. And the future is actually now. And we're building it now, and we're building it together with India. So I look very much forward to good conversations. Very good to be back. Thank you.
Let me just add one last word. I think we had a very successful G20 summit in September. And I do want to thank you, the US government and President Biden on behalf of Prime Minister, because I think without the strong support which the US gave us, I don't think we would have got the consensus and the outcomes that we did. So I think it's important I mention that.
Thank you, my friend. Thanks, everyone.